Episode 2. Why Humans Need Heroes Like Messi. Part 1. Hook plus Chapter 1. Every football match tells two stories. One unfolds on the pitch. The other unfolds inside the human mind. Welcome to Mind Rewire. Imagine this. A small child is sitting in front of a screen. The room is quiet. It is late. The child is holding onto a dream they cannot fully explain yet. On the screen, a footballer receives the ball. The crowd rises. One touch, then another. Defenders close in. Time slows down. And then, something impossible happens. The player glides past them as if gravity no longer applies. The stadium erupts. But inside the child's mind, something far more powerful has just happened. A belief is formed. If he can do that, maybe I can too. This is how heroes are born. Not only in football, but inside human psychology. Because before we understand the game, we understand the feeling. Hope, admiration, wonder, and somewhere inside that emotion, the mind begins to build something ancient. A hero. Why do humans need heroes at all? Why do millions of people feel emotionally connected to someone they have never met? Why does a footballer become more than an athlete, becoming a symbol of possibility? And why, out of all modern players, does someone like Lionel Messi represent something almost universal? Not just greatness, but something deeper, something human. Tonight, we explore one of the most powerful forces in psychology, the human need for heroes. Chapter 1. The first hero we ever meet. Before football players, before celebrities, before history books, a child meets their first hero. It is not on a stadium. It is at home, a parent, a caregiver, someone larger than life in the child's early world. They're stronger, smarter, safer, more capable. To a child's developing mind, they seem almost perfect. This is where the concept of a hero begins. Not with fame, but with dependence. As we grow older, something interesting happens. We begin to expand this pattern. The mind starts searching for new figures to admire. Teachers, athletes, musicians, leaders, anyone who represents something greater than ourselves. Heroes are not random. They serve a psychological purpose. They give direction to our imagination. They show us what is possible. In football, this becomes extremely powerful because a hero is not distant. They are visible. They perform in real time. They fail in public. They succeed in public. And we watch every moment. Slowly, admiration becomes emotional connection. An emotional connection becomes identity. That is where football heroes begin to live inside us. Not just as players on a screen, but as symbols in our mind. Chapter 2. Why the brain creates heroes. The human brain is not only built to survive. It is built to imagine. And imagination requires models. The brain constantly asks a quiet question in the background of our thoughts. What should I become? To answer this, it looks outward. It searches for examples of excellence. People who are faster, smarter, braver, or more skilled than us. This is where heroes enter the mind. A hero is not just someone we admire. A hero is someone we use as a mental blueprint. When we watch them, we are not only observing, we are learning. Children imitate movements before they fully understand them. They copy walking styles, gestures, even speech patterns. This is not coincidence. It is a built-in system called social learning. The brain is designed to learn by watching others succeed. In ancient times, this was survival. If someone knew how to hunt better, or run faster, or avoid danger, copying them increased your chance of survival. Today, the environment has changed, but the brain has not. So instead of hunters and warriors, we now imitate athletes, artists, and public figures. Football heroes become especially powerful because their skills are visible. There is no mystery. You see the dribble. You see the goal. You see the pressure. And you see the result. The mind stores this information in a simple emotional format. This is what greatness looks like. But something else happens quietly in the background. Admiration slowly becomes comparison. I'm not like him. Then it becomes aspiration. I want to be like him. And in some cases, it becomes identity. I feel connected to him. This is the emotional pathway that turns a footballer into a hero. Not logic, but emotional repetition. The more we watch someone perform greatness, the more our brain normalizes their ability as something real, something achievable, or at least something meaningful to witness. Chapter 3. The Messi Effect. When excellence feels effortless. There are players who impress you, and then there are players who change how you think about the game. Lionel Messi belongs to this second category, not because he is loud, not because he demands attention, but because his ability appears almost effortless. When we watch extraordinary skill with visible struggle, we understand the effort. We respect it. But when we watch extraordinary skill with ease, the brain reacts differently. It creates a sense of wonder. How is this even possible? This emotional reaction is important because wonder is one of the strongest triggers of attention in the human brain. When something feels impossible yet real, we focus more deeply. We remember more clearly. We feel more emotionally involved. This is where inspiration begins. The brain releases dopamine not only when we achieve something, but when we observe something meaningful or rewarding. Watching excellence activates a form of emotional reward. That is why people feel uplifted even without playing the game. There is also another layer. Mirror systems in the brain simulate action internally. When we watch someone perform a skill, the brain rehearses it silently. We imagine the movement, the timing, the outcome, even if we never physically do it. This is why heroes are powerful. They expand the boundaries of what the mind believes is possible. But there is a deeper reason Messi resonates globally. It is not only skill. It is contrast. Small body, simple movement, quiet personality, yet extraordinary output. This contrast creates a psychological tension in the mind. And the mind pays attention to tension. Because tension means information. Information means learning. And learning means survival. So we watch. We focus. We remember. Not just the goals, but the feeling of watching them. In the next chapter, we will explore why entire societies need heroes, and why the loss of heroes can feel like a loss of meaning itself. Episode 2. Why humans need heroes like Messi. Chapter 4. Why society needs heroes. Heroes are not just personal. They are collective. Every society, in every era of human history, has created figures to admire. Warriors, kings, artists, scientists, athletes. This is not accidental. It is psychological structure. Groups need symbols to organize emotion. Without symbols, meaning becomes scattered. With symbols, emotion becomes focused. A hero becomes a shared reference point. Someone people can talk about, argue about, celebrate together. In football, heroes perform a unique role. They become a common language. A child in one country and an adult in another can feel the same emotion watching the same player. Without ever meeting, they share the same admiration. This creates something rare in the modern world. Emotional unity across distance. But heroes also carry responsibility inside the human mind. Because when we place someone above us, we also define ourselves below them. This comparison can inspire growth or create limitation. I want to become like them. Or, I could never be like them. The same hero. Two completely different psychological outcomes. This is why heroes must be understood correctly. They are not meant to replace us. They are meant to reveal possibility. They are not proof that we are less. They are evidence that humans are capable of more than we currently are. When seen correctly, heroes expand identity instead of shrinking it. This is the balance psychology tries to maintain. Admiration without self-rejection. Inspiration without dependency. Chapter 5. Mind Rewire. Becoming without comparison. Perhaps the greatest misunderstanding about heroes is this. We think they exist to be worshipped, but psychologically, they exist to be translated, to be turned into learning, to be turned into action. When you watch someone like Lionel Messi, you're not meant to become him. You're meant to understand what focus, repetition, discipline, and instinct can create in a human life. The hero is not the destination. The hero is a message. And the message is simple. Human potential is wider than you think. but does not arrive instantly. It is built through repetition, through failure, through time, through invisible effort that the world rarely sees. That is why heroes feel powerful. They compress years of struggle into moments of brilliance. And the mind, observing this compression, becomes inspired. Not because it wants to copy everything, but because it begins to believe improvement is possible. That belief is the real gift of heroes. Not admiration, not obsession, but expansion of possibility. So the next time you watch a player perform something extraordinary, pause for a moment. Notice the feeling, the excitement, the admiration, and then ask yourself one question. What part of this can I bring into my own life? Focus, consistency, calm under pressure, creativity, discipline. Because the real purpose of heroes is not to make us spectators. It is to make us participants in our own potential. Final line. In the end, every hero we admire is quietly asking us the same question. Now that you've seen what is possible, what will you do with your own life? Until next time, keep questioning, keep growing, and keep rewiring your mind.